It changed everything from a leadership standpoint for me because I realized it's not about me. I'm not the individual that makes this a successful group. I'm the one orchestrating. I need the voice, I need the opinions, I need the insight from others. It's a team effort. They either are put in a situation where they don't have the tools or resources to be successful, or they're not fit for that role and they shouldn't be there.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Iron and Infrastructure Podcast. I'm here with my boss and CEO, Jacob Emery. I am his executive assistant / project manager / co-explorer with AI / office ninja. And I am here to host my very first podcast with Jake. All right, Jake, how are you feeling?
I feel amazing. It's so awesome to be on my own podcast and not be the host. And you did the introduction. So nice work with that. Congratulations, golf clap. What you
I had
got
to
for me today,
practice.
host?
All right.
Office Ninja. Let's go.
Yeah, just an overview. I've been with Jake for just a few months, so I do have a lot of things I haven't really touched yet. Like, we barely touched the surface. And this is a very good opportunity for me to ask questions in behalf of everyone as well who would like to get to know Jake at a much deeper level. So Jake is currently doing a coaching program. So basically, most of his content are just topic specific. And today we are going to get to know Jake. He is going to be in the hot seat. All right, Jake, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay. All right. So first, this is really one thing that people always wanted to ask you specifically, given your background. So what's that one story, like the real pivotal moment that shaped how you see leadership and business?
So I would say the leadership part would be myself as a young foreman. I remember growing up in this pride-driven industry, very cutthroat, very cowboy, aggressive, not some industry that's going to pick you up, but some industry that's going to work you really hard, cuss you out, yell at you, and not commend you on any good job done, just keep expecting more. And that's the reality of what I grew up in, which is why I despise that kind of culture now. But I became a foreman at 22, very young, and I only knew what I had been exposed to. Friday afternoon, I'm doing the same thing that I despise at that point still. I'm yelling at a guy, cussing him out. He'd been in the industry a long time, and I wasn't showing him the respect he had earned. And as I'm yelling louder, more aggressively, trying to get this job done, it's Friday afternoon, it's snowing. There's a big storm coming in, and we have a few hours to get this job wrapped up before it gets really, really inclement weather. And I remember vividly cussing them out, telling them to get this done, do this, do that, with no rationale, no logic, just emotional, stress that I was applying because I wasn't helping anything out. The guy came up to me after shutting off the machine, and I'm already livid, and he shuts the machine off and comes up and he pokes me right in the chest. And this guy is about 5'4", soaking wet. So he's about a foot shorter and some pounds lighter than I am. And he comes up to me and he pokes me and says, "Big guy, if you don't like this speed, you're not going to like the next one." And I'll never forget that moment. The lesson was so impactful because he was right. I was becoming a product of the environment that I despised. And that one subtle moment made me realize I have to do different if I want to have different. I stopped, I paused, I didn't say a single word to him. I nodded my head, I let him go do his damn job like he had requested, and he went and got the job done faster than he would have. And the next week, I changed everything about leadership from then on, with how I communicated, the expectations that I had put out, the engagement with the crew that I got. It changed everything from a leadership standpoint for me because I realize it's not about me. I'm not the individual that makes this a successful group. I'm the one orchestrating. I need the voice, I need the opinions, I need the insight from others. I'm not that smart. It's a team effort. And so the old adage, there's no I in team, it became a realization in that moment that if I'm going to put people down, I can't expect them to get better. I have to pick them up when they're down and then help them along the way to get better, give them the resources and expectations they need, and be very clear with what I'm looking for. And I have to respect them. I have to allow them the platform to earn the respect, but I have to respect them to start and trust that what they're doing is going to be the right thing based on my leadership. And today, what I realize, people really don't fail that often. They either are put in a situation where they don't have the tools or resources to be successful, or they're not fit for that role and they shouldn't be there. But most of the time, when someone really makes a mistake, it's the process they follow or the position that they're in. Some people are human, they are going to make obvious bad choices, but I would say a lot of the time it's the process over the person. And if the person's not in the right seat, that's another thing that has to be acknowledged. So, from a leadership standpoint, if you don't like this speed, you're not going to like the next one. That storyline is still to this day very impactful.
Yeah, actually, personally, I think it takes a lot of courage and awareness for you to just pause during that time because from the looks of it, you both are emotionally charged. So it's a good thing that no one smacked the other, but you were about to if you didn't hold back or you were not
Yeah.
grounded with what exactly that person was trying to tell you. So that's really good. I'd also like to ask, like talking about leadership, do you have a specific leadership style or do you like bounce from one style to another depending on what you feel is appropriate?
I think leadership is it's really about the clarity of expectations that you set. It's about not telling people what they should do, but teaching them how to do it with that expectation and simplifying the task at hand or the outcome desired as much as possible. Because to translate a message from one person to another is very difficult for most. And what I say to you is going to be so different how you receive it from what I'm saying. Our own realities create this perception that is vastly different. I think one of the biggest things for me that I've learned in the last year or so, especially with the coaching, it's the visualizing what is being said. And if I put a picture in between us and I describe the picture, it's really easy for us to look at the picture and download that information with what we're seeing. But if there's not an image that you look at, you're creating an image in your head as you're hearing it. So as you hear what's being said, you try to paint the picture yourself. And what I say to you is how you paint it, but it's not the picture that I'm describing a lot of the time because we have different brain functions. Visualization is a big key for me. I think the ability to use a metaphor, an analogy, tell a story is huge when you're trying to teach. So I think you need to teach, not tell. TNT, very, very important. I think leadership is setting an expectation of something that you've already done or you're willing to do yourself, not expecting people to do things that you're unwilling to also have done or have already done it. And then really the why. Why am I doing this? What is the outcome desired? If I have a target in mind to hit, why am I doing this thing? Is it going to get me closer to that outcome? To me, leadership, I think there's three kind of leaders. Call it the traffic light leadership, but there's three different ones that I've seen in my experience, and I hope to be the last one if from the outside world. But I've seen three leaders in traffic light leadership. It's the red traffic light, the stop. It is the terrible leader. It's the person that's only in it for themselves. They lead only for the power trip or for the personal knowledge and gain. They mistreat the people on the team. They don't teach anybody anything. They take the credit for everything when it's good, blame others when it's bad. It's all about me, all about I. Then that person is something that I despise today. I cannot tolerate that person because I grew up with a lot of them in this industry that I learned a lot from, but not all good. A lot was caught, not taught. The second one is the yellow. It's the trained leader. They're taught how to lead. They're managers, yes, but they're only doing what's necessary of them for their advancement. So they're treating people good. They're helping others out, but it's only for their own sake. They only want to impact themselves today. They impact the person today for advancement of their own today. They're trained how to do it, but they're not changing lives. They're just helping themselves advance. And then it's the green light, it's the transformational leader. They love to lead people and inspire people to create a significance in the workplace as a part of a team. They care about the outcome of you today, but also tomorrow. And they want to make an impact, leave a legacy, and they're not selfish. They take the blame themselves when things go wrong. And then whenever it's going good, they put the others out front and give them the credit. They don't need recognition for what they do, but they get recognized for what they do based on others, recognition of that. And so they don't seek out to have the recognition. They don't need the applause, even though they're likely to get it, because they know what they're doing is helping transform others. And so them are the three different types of leadership that I've seen. We call it the traffic light leadership in the coaching program. And it's a lot of John Maxwell being a study of his. He talks about transformational leadership like no other, and he is one of the best in leadership that I've studied a lot.
Actually, I kind of get your leadership style now. You're the green one. From
I hope
what I've
so.
been hearing, you are confirmed.
Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.